It may mean nothing, but Leeds have gone down 3-1 to West Ham away from home. And I'll be honest with you, after 15 minutes of that game, or as soon as West Ham conceded that stupid goal, really, I mean, from a throw in, and I thought that was it. I thought it's just not Everton's time, but we've got away with it massively there. They pulled it back and ended up winning the game 3-1. Should have won actually 4-1. West Ham started really slow in the game. Zuma and Ogbonna looked a little bit sluggish, bringing the ball out from the back, falling over on the floor, not really dealing with Patrick Bamford very well. And I thought this was it. Leeds were going to be able to get some goals here, and Leeds were up for it in that first 15 minutes. But West Ham eventually came back into it. And I think the turning point obviously was that Leeds goal from a long throw into the box. And Rodrigo, who's one of Leeds' best players, it's a great finish. Connects directly from the throw in, but you've got to question why West Ham aren't getting their head on that ball straight away. But at 1-0 down, I was really fearing the worst. I'd locked myself in the bedroom, drawn the curtains, refused to speak to anyone. I thought that was it. But West Ham come back into it, and it's just trying to recall who scored that goal. Who scored the equaliser? Rice. So it's West Ham probe. They had a lot of possession. They had a lot of control over the game, and they get the ball down the wing. It's a good ball over to the top, and Declan Rice finishes well. Keeper couldn't do anything about it. It was kind of hitting to the ground and then bounced up. So at 1-1, you're thinking this wouldn't be a terrible result. If I'm honest, I probably would have snapped your hand off for a 1-1 before kickoff. Just everyone was fearing the worst, saying West Ham are on the beach. And to be honest, they did look like they were on the beach for that first 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, they get the equaliser 1-1, goes in at half time, and thinking as long as West Ham don't throw this away, then we'll be all right. But West Ham turned the screw in the second half. I don't think Leeds really threatened West Ham at all. They got the second goal. Danny Ings, who I thought was jogging around the pitch. He was walking around. He wasn't really offering anything for West Ham. He did press, didn't really contribute a lot. But it was him with his vision and his intelligence in the final third. And he slips in Jared Bowen, and you think former Everton player Joel Robles gets a hand to it, but it's not enough. It creeps in. And then it goes to VAR. You're thinking, oh my God, it's going to get ruled out for an offside. But you could see he was level. He was level, and it was a great finish. And you're thinking 2-1. I'm blowing bubbles up the Hammers. David Moyes, Everton legend. Can you hold that out? Because that point yesterday then becomes absolutely humongous in the context of the table. What Leeds theoretically need to do is win 3 goals against Spurs and hope that Everton don't win. I mean, that could happen. Spurs are crap, and Everton have really struggled at home. But let's just try and stay positive for now. My missus is sunbathing in the garden next to me and is commenting on my own stream. I think. Have you just put a comment?
No, so before the journeyman runs man.
Okay. Apologies about that. So 2-1. You're thinking just see this game out. Leeds, their heads are going to go, and I think if it finishes 2-1, Leeds are going to go into that Spurs game, knowing that even a win isn't going to be good enough, and hopefully the heads drop. Spurs have got nothing to play for anyway. They can't actually finish in the top 6. I think they could get Europa Conference League if they finish 7th, but Villa are looking very effective as well. But anyway, 2-1. It goes on 2-1 for a little while, and then the ball goes into the corner, and it's very good play down the right-hand side from Paqueta, number 11 for West Ham. He looks like a very good player. I don't think he's been that good this season, but turned up today. Technically looked very good. He looked like a Man City type player, really, with his dribbling and his play. And it's fantastic. I thought there was some good movement, good interchange from him and Rice in the midfield, but he got his goal. He got a good assist for that third goal taking it around the Leeds defenders. And it was obviously finished well, 3-1. Could have been 4, should have been 4. Should have been 4-1, to be honest with you. There was a couple of counter-attacks where Leeds had completely committed so many players forward. Paqueta, yeah. And they just didn't finish it off. It was almost a bit apologetic, some of the finishing, some of the final third play. You thought Declan Rice was going to score late, but at 3-1, I think you would have absolutely snapped your hand off for that before kickoff. I think a lot of fans had said, West Ham were gonna crumble, but David Moyes put out a strong team, and he's showing his Everton blood there. So we go into the next. We've got tomorrow night, of course, where Leicester go to Newcastle. You think Newcastle would turn Leicester over, but I've seen these things happen before. Anything can happen in the Premier League. Though Newcastle beat Brighton convincingly 4-1 at home, you'd expect Newcastle to have more than enough to beat Leicester. But I don't have the table in front of me, but I believe even if Leicester draw and we draw, then it goes down to goal difference. Is that right? If they win against West Ham at home on the final day. So we absolutely need a win to be certain, regardless. But we're all Newcastle fans for tomorrow night. I can't stand them. I think the fans are just horrible, but I'll be supporting them with a burning passion tomorrow. And hopefully then we can go into that final miserable game of the season knowing that a win, or hopefully, it's not going to be a draw, is it, as I've explained, but a draw could be enough if Leicester lose. No, I've completely contradicted myself. Maybe if someone can clarify that in the comments, but we're all barcodes tomorrow night, as Dave Weston says. Let's quickly look at the comments. Emma's saying, I feel slightly more positive. I mean, with 3 minutes to go yesterday, I was honestly ready to jump in the Mersey. Thought we were done, but it's been a bit of a miracle turnaround so far. Eugene saying we'll do the Great Escape next Sunday and stay up. I hope you're right. Steve saying the game tomorrow, Newcastle Leicester, is massive. Of course it is. Neil saying if Leeds win by 2 goals and we lose by 1, they finish above us. But if we lose, I think Leicester would stay up because they will beat West Ham at home in the final. It's all ifs and buts, though, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing to say Leicester will beat West Ham. Hopefully Leicester lose tomorrow and their heads are falling off. Tazul saying if we stay up, we get a draw. We can stay up with a draw now if Leicester lose tomorrow. Leeds will have to win by 3. I have to check this. I'd say Leicester getting a win is more likely than Everton beating Brighton 5-1 away. That's from the Blues. And Dave Weston saying Leicester on 30, we're on 33 if we get a point. Oh, yes. Okay, so if Leicester lose tomorrow and we get a point, providing Spurs don't lose 3-0 away at Leeds, we stay up with just a point. But absolutely, we've got to take it out of their hands. We can't be playing for a draw. Anthony Gordon hat-trick versus Leicester. Yeah. And Richarlison winner. Love that. Leeds have scored more goals than us, so if they win by 2 and we lose by 1, they finish above us on goals scored. I mean, that would be bloody typical, wouldn't it? Absolutely typical. Let us know in the comments what you think about this result. How did you celebrate the Leeds loss? To be honest, it sounds completely cringy and embarrassing that we're in this position and that we're having to watch every single game and support all these stupid teams. But needs must right now, and I just can't wait for next Sunday, 6:15 or whatever it is when the season's wrapped up, and we can just forget about it. If this happens again next season, then there's going to be murder, physically murder, because this is just completely unacceptable. 2 years of crap, and if we stay up, even if we get the 36 points and stay up, it's a horrific points total. It's our worst home record in terms of wins in the Premier League era, our lowest points total, even with 36 since 2003, I think. And I think there's another horrific stat. It's our lowest points total in the Premier League era. So even if we stay up, let's not get too excited. Tazul saying he thinks that Spurs will score a couple of goals against Leeds. Yeah, I think Spurs are a funny one, aren't they? Son, Richarlison, Kane. You've got quality up front, but they just don't look on it. They look terribly coached and managed. Right, that's it. That's it from me. We'll be back possibly tomorrow night if Leicester lose. If Leicester win, I'm not going to come on here. But if Leicester lose, we'll come on here and we'll look at things again and look at all the different scenarios. But thanks for watching. See you soon.